right, here we go. Another day on the Parawing, and it is looking fantastic out there. I'm just coming through the Westgate Bridge, and I can see a strong northwest wind, which for us means beautiful runs on the east side of the bay. Today we're going to do a 20k run from Ricketts Point down to Frankston, maybe a little bit further depending on who's coming, but it will be a longer run and a run that whenever it's on here in this bay, it's fantastic. Northwest winds are perfect. They kind of bring you on shore a little bit, but they let you have a long run down the bay, which is awesome. And I think today it's looking pretty strong, so hopefully I'll be on the 85 leaderboard, and I want to experiment a little bit more with different tails. So I've been riding smaller front wings on the wing and on the kite, and I want to translate that into the Parawing and to the downwinders. So using something like an 850 with maybe a 142 tail shimmed, or a 135. I might just go with the 135, the R135, just because I don't need to shim it. It's already a super high aspect tail. So I think for downwinding, I tend to prefer to stick with the R tails, but at the moment I'm still liking the S series front wings, and I haven't found an R series front wing that matches the bay conditions that well. So I tried the 960, it's too big. I tried the 1075, it was too big. I tried the 960 here in the bay and in the ocean, and even in the ocean I thought the 960 was too big. It just felt like too much span for my weight. So it was a little bit, it was taking me on a ride at some points, if you know what I mean. Like I would initiate a turn and it would just hook into that turn and I wouldn't be able to roll it well. And I also felt it a little bit sensitive to water turbulence. So I felt like I was reading and feeling every little bump. So I kind of was riding a little bit conservatively with it. And then I tried the 860 and that was good. So I think for me, my weight, 82 kilos, 80, maybe 83, 84 kilos with a wetsuit. I think the 860 is as big as I will go on the R range. Haven't actually purchased one yet, but I think the 860 or the 770 actually might be my first one. The 770 fits nicely within the range of foils that I have at the moment as well. So the 860 would be a little bit close to the 1130 in terms of lift and when I would use it. So I think I might go to the 770 and just have it as, you know, my new king kind of wing. And there's no problem because I'm on the Parawing, so I can get it up no issues, and I can practice paddle ups with it in stronger winds and eventually get that up on the paddle as well. So today I'm going to be using hopefully a setup that the guys down at the Surf Coast are using a lot. They're also super into their S series rather than the R series, which the R series, if you don't know code foils, they are their higher aspect wings. So they are on the 13 aspect ratio range, and that's what they use, you know, for downwinders and speed. But the S series, when paired with the right tail, can produce as much speed, but it's controlled. And I am all about having control over the foil. If I'm riding the foil and I have 100% control and I'm riding it at 100%, I would rather be on that foil than something that's faster, smaller, or anything like that. So 850 today, if conditions allow for it. Unfortunately, I don't have a 980 to scale up from that if it's a little bit light. I only have the 1130. So we'll see what we do there, but 850 with the 135 tail is what I want to test in the bay today, and hopefully we have enough wind for it. Parawing wise, no change. Riding the new bridle setup, loving it. I think that's kind of done and dusted by now. I think that Greg might actually have all the new Parawings coming out of the factory with the new bridle setup. I think there's no reason why to have the old setup. So if you haven't done the conversion yet, have a look at one of my other videos that I reviewed that that little update, and there's a link for Greg's how to do that bridle conversion in there as well. So all right, let's get to the water and let's see what conditions look like today. All right, we got Pez dog in the car. Perry, you ride unifoil, and I just talk about code all the time. So today, what is it, like 15 to 18 knots at the moment out there, maybe a little more?
Yeah.
What are you gonna be on?
On the 170 progression, I'm still debating what tail, the 13.5 or the 14.5. Probably chuck the 14.5 on. I'm hoping, I know it'll be a good foil choice at the end. I'm hoping it's all right at the start because it'd be pretty small.
And look, Pez is, just to give you guys a little context on his skill level and stuff, like Pez aces runs, working on turns now, so like he's been on it for a while, so he's a good rider. And even we've been talking about like matching the matter and just making sure that you're matching conditions. Like we really enjoy in the bay foils that are maybe a little bit slower than most people use, but that's what you can surf on and that's what you want to be on, and just matching the speed of the bump. So we're just reaching Morty Alec now, but how long is this run in terms of distance?
I think it's what, 20-ish Ks?
20-ish, yeah. So that's the other thing, like if you're going out on a long run, you want to preserve your energy as well. We're not athletes, are we?
No.
So we just want to make sure that we can finish the run, and if we get cooked because we're on a small foil just trying to pump, yeah, it's not going to be a fun run. So if you ride unifoil, that's a good benchmark. I'm going to probably be on the 1130. I wanted to go smaller, but again, I'm going to go 1130 and either the 120 tail or the 135 tail. So that's a good comparison if you're riding uni. Anything else, Perry, that we need to know for this run?
Hopefully the wind's blowing.
Yeah, it looks lighter and lighter as we go up, which is a bit annoying, but there'll be bumps out there. It's been blowing all night. It just might be a slower ride, maybe in the 240s per K. It won't be too much faster than that, I think. But yeah, we'll film what Rickett looks like when we get there. We're not far now.
Going.
Bumps are on. It's a bit of a flat start, which is getting Perry a little bit apprehensive, but you'll be fine, man. This run is a little bit deceiving like that. It starts really flat, but you can see like 500 meters offshore, you got some good bumps already. And yeah, we'll be going down towards that big building right in the middle of the screen there, so you can see that the bumps are, yeah, it's good. It'll be a good one. Cool. So I decided not to go with the 850, just because I think the bumps won't be that fast. It's still building up. It's been blowing all night, but not that strong. And it's now getting close to 17, 18 knots. So I might go 85 liter board and the 1130 with the 135 tail. I think that's gonna be the goal. Cutting out, plenty of wind today, plenty of wind. We got around 18 knots now. Let's try to get up straight away. Cut out. Boys are just in front of us.
Yes, let's go.
So, beginning of the run, like every run, I don't stow the Parawing just yet. I just want to get in the rhythm of the bumps, see how they're behaving. If I need to redeploy, it's right there. You know, check both angles, check inside, cutting left, cutting right. Right now, it's lit. All right, we're settling in now. Bumps are really fun. Not that fast, so I'm happy I'm on the 1130. I would be struggling on the 850, so good choice. This is the start of the run, so it might still pick up a little bit, but we'll see. It's fun now. Let's take advantage of it. Do a little surfing. Eew. Let's start to stow the wing slowly. All right, Parawing stowed. Now we're cruising, and fuck, it's fun, man. Conditions look really good. Stay on this one. Ew. Look at that little ripper. See, this 1130 still goes up and over. You know, if you pair it with a small tail, it'll go quick, and it gives me the confidence to ride at 100%, and that's what I want. I want to feel confident on the foil underneath me and make sure that I just have enough, you know, speed and turns.
There we go. Nice.
see how long I've been going for, and I forgot to turn the GPS on. But I can see Perry way out on the horizon. Bumps are good. I don't know if you can see it. Got a few bumps. They're still building up, so after we get, you know, a few kilometers down, it'll just get better. But the wind's good for the 85 liter board. So fun to get surfy on it. I was gonna wait for Perry so we can maybe have a shot together, but otherwise we're cracking, man. It's awesome. Was able to get up with Perry here. Let's go, Pez!
Yes! So good.
How good is this? Surfing for K's with a mate. Doesn't get any better. Ew. How good.
Cool, another session done on the Parawing, and wow, it was one of the best downwinders we had in a long time. Perry and I were together for a bit of it, which I think for me, I hadn't thought about this as one of the benefits of the Parawing, but it definitely is riding together. And not only the fun factor of riding together, but when you're looking at someone up close, like, you know, 10 meters away, 20 meters away, like really close, you can understand what they're doing and you can have a better idea of what lines they're taking. And that is in its own right a very good learning experience. If they're doing something right or wrong, you can pick it up. And I think I hadn't thought about that before, but in this run, I was up ahead, so I waited for Perry to catch up, just because I just blasted off, you know, at the start. But then when you're in the paddle, sometimes, you know, you're able to stay together. Most of the times you won't be able to stay together, because once you're up, you just go. With the Parawing, you don't have that problem. Getting up is no issue. So I waited for Pez. When he was kind of close, I got up again, did a tack. He didn't get up when I was coming back. Then I saw he was paddling, and I noticed that he got up, and then we were riding the same bumps. And that was, I hadn't done that in a while with Perry, and we did a good couple of Ks together, and that was epic. Okay, so hidden gem, hidden benefit from the Parawing, riding together, fun factor, and learning from other people, really cool. Other than that, it was a pretty kind of ordinary session. I wasn't really testing anything new. I was on the 1130S with a 135 tail, which is my standard on in the bay for conditions that are either light or that I'm a little bit unsure of. I'm gonna force myself next time to use the 120 tail, even if it's light, because I need to get a feel for that tail. Haven't ridden it much yet, and I think it's just going to release that 1130 and make it a lot more surfy, but also just a little bit faster. And if you're faster but with a big wing, I think you're still going to have that bottom end. You're still going to be able to surf. You're still going to be able to keep up with the bumps if they're slow. But then in this run, for example, if you notice, the start's pretty flat, and then at the end it was honking. So, you know, we had really good conditions at the end. So when the runs are like that with variable conditions, you're going to compromise either the start or the finish. And in this case, I compromised a little bit the finish. I felt like sometimes on the bigger ones I was a little bit slow, and they got proper big at the end. Unfortunately, I put the GoPro on time-lapse mode, and I mucked that up. So yeah, 120 next time. And that's it, guys. I'll get out again as soon as possible and put another video up. If you have anything you want to discuss or talk about, or have me film, or if you want to send some footage, some people have been sending me footage of their attempts to get up on the Parawing. I'm happy to have a look at that and help you guys out in any way I can. There's still very little content out there, so I'm still going to continue to pump these out. Until next time, just keep ripping.